You know, when I watch RFD TV training programs, I can tell what season it is because I look at their arena and I can see it's full of grass and weeds, storm debris, and they haven't cleaned it up. I've kind of cleaned it up with the help of John, who helps me around here. He wants to learn about horses, and he's learning how to do the camera. He's learning how to halter my horses, and he's learning how to focus and communicate with my horses. This is Semi, my stallion's daughter, and she's just now starting to shed. She's a gorgeous horse. I pretty much let her lead a natural life. She's being really good. I picked up my arm extension, a stick. It's good enough. Okay, she's waiting to see. She did a lot of kicking up her heels and all that. She's waiting to see what I'm going to ask her to do next because she's real willing. So now I'm going to ask her to back up. Now, backing is not a natural movement of horses. They either go one way or the other or they run forward. But I'm going to ask her back, back, various ways to ask her to back. Oh, good. She did that really good. Now I'm going to ask her to go to the left. I'm going to stay out of whoopee zone because she may whoopee. She did when she first came in here. And trot. I want her to stay in the same gait until I ask for a different one. I'm just using arm signals, body position signals, and trot. And canter. There you go, there was a kick up. Just gotta know that she might do that. Stay out of her way. It's her natural way of being, especially after a long, wet winter. I want to keep her out of my hula hoop space. That's what Clinton Anderson calls it. And canter. Good. Good girl. And canter. The less I move my feet, the better. That makes me in charge, the leader. And canter. Steady. Back up a little. Good. She's coming to me for direction. Whoa. Now I want her to back up a little and then I'm going to go the other direction. Back, back, back. I'm letting her do it. Be pretty hard to stop her from doing it. I'm just staying out of the strike zone when she does it. She's not trying to hurt me. She's just saying, whoopee. Remember, we haven't done this in months. It's been a very, very wet winter here in Santa Cruz, California. I actually have to smile when I see her do that. I like that. I like that spirit. She's watching me with her right eye. Back up a little bit. Woo. And there's some body language. Woo. And licking her lips. She's doing okay. Now, Finn, let John do the camera while you go get the cloth cow and put it on the east-west cutting machine. And John, you just follow. I'm going to do some more reminding of Semi what we do in here, because it's been a long time since she's been in here. Good, and she knows that. She agrees. It's been a long time. I'm going to go to my left. Good. With my arm extension, which I just picked up off the, whoops. You see I watched her? No, I'm not going to follow her. I'm just going to cut her off and trot. Steady trot. Good. And Canter. Canter. Good. You see, as soon as she does what I want, I stop asking for it. And canter. Oftentimes when people lunge a horse, they keep asking even though the horse is doing it. It gets the horse confused. Steady. Okay. Now Finn is setting up my cloth cow on my cutting machine. This is my short cutting machine along the east fence. I have a long cutting machine along the south fence. When I'm in saddle and I want to pick up a canter, I use the long cutting machine for training. It gives me a little bit more space to get the canter. But the east cutting machine is just fine for a walk and trot and stay head on head with the cow. Is there a problem, Finn? Okay. We'll maybe remind you by doing a close-up of my cutting machine how I constructed that. Both mechanical cows or cutting machines I made here at home. You can buy them commercially, but they're very expensive. And I've been working cows for some 4 decades, so I kind of know what I need to train any horse, any morning horse. I pretty much train only morning horses. And this is the daughter to my stallion who I had for 30 years. I bought him when he was 3 years old, and he died at 33. Now, he learned everything with me, including cow work. And he had a lot of cow, and Semi, correspondingly, has a lot of cow. She loves to follow a moving object. So when we're done doing some training with my mechanical cows, we'll bring in my mini zebus into the arena, my 2 heifers, and we'll do some training with them. Now, this is a small ranch. I'm an urban cowgirl right now. Eventually, next year, I'm going to be at my bigger ranch in Grass Valley. But for now, this 5-acre ranch, the facilities I've built here, and the animals that I work with are designed to do what horses and cows do on big ranches in Texas and Wyoming and Idaho. Well, we're here in Santa Cruz. We try to do it here in a small way, and we're kind of urban ranchers right now. You know, she's waiting. Look, she's actually falling asleep. She's waiting to know what I'm asking. So, John, when you move the camera, you pick it up and move it along that north fence very carefully. Try not to shake it a lot. Come a little closer to the cow, the mechanical cow. And I'm pretty sure Semi will just follow me. Okay, she's here at the mechanical cow. She's looking with that right eyeball. She's saying, okay, Mama, it's been a long time, but I think I know what you want. Usually I'm in the saddle, and I've done this with Semi without even a bridle on, without even a saddle on. She just loves to follow a moving object. We call that being cowy. So I'm coming closer. Yeah, just small movements. And John, show Finn at the arm controls here. It's a kind of a cycle that we use just with arm controls. The one on the long mechanical cow is more of a exercycle that you do with hand controls. And now we've got a cloth cow hanging from cables. We've got pulleys and wheels at either end. We've got some white socks on the cloth cow's ears so that my horses can see through the white fence. Otherwise, it's a little bit too busy. I didn't want to set this up in the arena because I didn't want to have to move it out of the arena when I wasn't doing cow work. Now, Semi is watching John. Okay, I'm going to come closer. Let's see if she follows. Good, good. Okay, Finn, this is 2. Move to 4, slowly. Semi watching. Now she is, she's locking on. Good. I'm asking her to go with the cow, good. She's a little bit confused because I'm not in the saddle. I've done this, of course, with no saddle, with an astride saddle and a side saddle. And once she understands that I'm asking her to do it when I'm not in the saddle, she'll follow this moving object. Okay, Finn, come on back. I want her to focus on the moving object. Uh-oh, she's going away. Okay, stop, Finn. And John, I'm not going to follow her because she'll go away even faster. I'm going to kind of herd her back. She's trying to understand. She's trying to understand, what do I want? Good, now she's following me. We're going to come closer, like within about 8 foot. Move. Okay, Finn, go back to 4. Stop. Finn. Move. I'm trying to show her with my arm position, with my body position, with my voice, what it is I'm asking her to do, which honestly I don't even know if I ever did this off the saddle without a lead line. So I'm going to try one more time with repetition. She'll eventually understand. Back, 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 back. Okay, stop. Okay, then now move it slowly back to 2. Whoop. Okay, keep coming. Here's 2. I've got numbers on my post. Good. A little faster. Okay. Okay, stop. Now she's focusing on it. Oh, and we've got somebody coming out the gate, so she focused on that. Okay, let's do this. Then will you just leave it where it is and go get the double gates open for Kathy? We have some double gates closed along the driveway, just in case Semi got real rambunctious and offered to jump over my 5-foot fence. Whoop. We still have stuff in the arena I don't like. Now these are mushrooms. They could be very unhealthy for a horse or a cow to eat. So we, especially this time of year, we pick up all mushrooms when we see them. Okay, now I'm going to ask Semi to come here. I'm hoping she'll follow me. She's not. I'm going to get her focused. Yeah, good. Good. Good sound. Now some horses will get upset when a person like me gets higher than them. But you know, a person like me, 71, an elderly urban cowgirl, likes to use a step up. And it's been a while since I've done it with Semi. So while she's kind of focusing on me, she's actually watching. You can leave the gate open. She's actually watching. Okay, I'm going to come over here. This is a 3-step up. 1, 2. With a vinyl post bolted to it so I can hang on. 3. Okay, now I'm higher than her. Some horses would just turn around and run. She's okay on this. When I do settle her up, I hope next time, I'm going to bring her over closer to this step up. And I'm going to get in the saddle from being this high. if she'll stand still for me. I got to get her to move at the gaits I want, at the speeds I want. I got to get her to focus on me. And then I've got to get her to stand still when I want her to stand still. And that's sometimes the hardest of all. Come on, Sam. She's still focused on me, trying to figure out what do I want. Finn, why don't you crawl through? And I taught Finn a little bit about where to stand to get forward motion. And remembering, now she's not likely to kick up, but remembering if you go behind the cinch line and do this, behind the cinch line. Good, good, good. A little more, behind the cinch line. She's getting it. Good. We're doing this all without a lead line. Whoa. Good. Good. And she's licking her lips. She's okay. A horse won't lick their lips. They won't blink their eyes. They won't seem relaxed with their head and neck down if they're not okay, if they're full of tension, because they will want to flee if they've decided that what is being asked of them or what is near them is a danger. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my arm extension, the stick, and make nice with it. I've used it a lot as a tool. Now I'm saying, okay, but it's nice. I'm not tapping with it, because you know what, when you watch horses, they don't tap each other. They kind of rub each other. So I'm rubbing with it, and she's okay. She's paying attention to what's going on at the auto gate at the front, but that's okay. Sometimes trainers will have plywood on their fences to keep focus of the animal they're training. I rather deal with the fact that if they are not giving me focus, I need to somehow very clearly ask them for focus. Oh, she's almost asleep. Okay. Finn, where is the lead line?
It's right there.
Okay, go get it. Go get it. Put it on the halter. It's all right. It's all right. I'm going to ask Finn with a lead line to walk semi around me. It's all right. All right. Good. She's watching you. Good. And then to finish this episode or this show, we're going to walk close to the camera and explain something about these rope halters, which is very, very important. Okay? Good. Okay, now walk around me. Try to keep her focus on me. Good. I don't think she'll run. You see, the reason I have this vinyl post on here is I want to be able to hold on. Good. Good. Turn around now, go the other direction, any which way you want to turn around. Good, Sam. Now, it's a brisk day and it's cloudy. Weather has a lot to do with their moods. Good. Oh, her eyeballs are all bulgy. You think, now what, Mom? Okay, now I'm going to come down carefully. I've said this many times on camera in the last couple of years. I've had 2 hip replacements, so I'm pretty much able to do what I used to be able to do, but I sure would hate to. I would hate to fall. Okay, come on, come with me. She's licking her lips. Good. I'm coming close to the camera, and I want to show you something about these rope halters. When I first started in equestrian activities some 40, 50 years ago, we used a lot of web halters, but now we pretty much use these rope halters because they're a better training tool, but something important about putting them on. Number one is you want to make sure that this double-stranded nylon is where you want it to be on the nose. If it's too far down on the nose, it can constrict their airway. So you want it to be about halfway up the nose on the bony part of the nose. Okay, now I'm going to want to go to the other side. And here's critical. I asked Finn to put this halter on, and he did it absolutely correctly. And a lot of experienced people don't know what that means. He put the knot under the lead. Okay, now here, you hold this. I'm going to show what I mean. If somehow this thing starts getting yanked around, this halter is not going to get looser because the knot's going to keep it. A lot of people will go like this. Are you getting this, John? They'll go up here on the top of the knot, right? And then if you're in trouble, this whole thing could slip down, you'd lose control, and the halter would no longer be in the right place. Well, this is Sonia Sokolow, and this is the next day. We're in my arena, but we're going to work with Eve today. She's a little easier in disposition. Then maybe midweek after the rains, because we're expecting some rains, we'll work with Semi. Now, I've only got a one-man crew besides me today, so he's going to be camera person, and he's going to be moving this cloth cow on my east-west mechanical cow cutting machine. Yesterday we ran out of battery, so today we're trying to use electric power to keep our camera going. Okay, now I'm going to go into the arena. I haven't even lunged Eve because she's usually so even in temperament that I don't feel it's necessary for me to lunge her, but I'll watch her body language to make that choice as I go one small step at a time. And I'm gonna go get her. Do you know where the lead line is? Okay. She's eating all the grass in my arena, which I don't want. We did spray it with Roundup, but Roundup's not bad. I still am very careful. Okay, now she's ready. Wait a minute. Try to follow this if you would. Just a little bit. I'm gonna get her. She hasn't been in an arena for quite some time. I'm gonna get her attention. Oh, she's pretty excitable, so I am gonna lunge her. When Eve gets excited, she lifts her head. She might even kick out her heels. I'm watching her body language, and I'm saying, okay, this isn't my usual Evie. You see how I got her to go on a different path, not right into me. Watch her head go up. Can you get that? This is all part of training. And we may or may not put me on her back today. When we weren't going to saddle her, we were just going to use my bareback pad with some stirrups attached because she's awful hairy right now. This is almost spring. Tomorrow's the first day of spring in 2016. So the horses are shedding. I just usually let them shed naturally. Look at that. That is a side of Eve I very seldom see. But I'm doing this one step at a time. Okay, it looks like we're putting the camera up a little bit. We try to have open-ended training sessions. Nobody can be in a rush. And we deal with the moment. We deal with the body language. Look at that. Evie is very excited. She's even snorting. This is my yacht rope lead line. Kind of an arm extension. I hope you morning and watch her tail. Body language of what she's telling me. I'm just going to let her run it out. All right. You almost just slipped, but it's pretty dry. Still her tail is up. Still she's snorting. And if we do nothing more today than to let her run it out, that's good. There's no way I would try to put bareback cat on Eve today, try to step up on that 3-step and get onto her back to work this club cow. Not with this kind of message that I'm getting. Let's see. She's doing what a Morgan does. Up-headed. Up-tailed. Actually, Arabs usually up-tail like that. Let's see if I can get her focused by bending. Training is all about focus and respect. Being around livestock is all about focus and respect. Even if you're not thinking you're training, safety is number one. I used to go to cuttings about 2 decades ago in Woodside with my stallion. And everybody always said, warm them up, warm them up. But I knew my stallion. And I knew that warming him up was not important for me and him. But at this moment, I'll tell you that Eve, who's my most evenly dispositioned horse, who hasn't been in this arena for many months, needs to have the ability to warm up. Not done yet. Not done yet. Now if we woo, woo, good girl. Woo, back, 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 back. Good. Good. Now, is she done? Is she done warming up? Let's see if I can put this lead line on. Yeah, rope lead line 16 foot. Back, back, back. She's licking her lips. That's a real good sign. She's still very aware of what's around. We've got my other 2 horses right out here near the arena, so she's not nervous because of being herd bound and not seeing her herd mates. It looks like she's starting to settle down. So you know what I'm going to do with her. I'm not going to get on her back today. John, just turn the camera to the right, to my right where I'm pointing. Leave it as high as it is. Give it stability with the 3 legs. It's on a tripod. And we're going to do what we did with Semi yesterday, which was give Eve a chance to see that this cloth cow is going to move. Oh, and my bull is right here too. She knows my bull very well. He's going to roar. He's interested in coming in here, but not today. Okay, John, leaving the camera right on me and Eve with a little bit of forward motion allowed in the camera image. Move this cloth cow very, very slowly. Now, if she spooks by the cloth cow, she's going to go forward or to the right, away from the spoon. So I am on purpose standing right here. It's all right. And my bull is roaring. Eve knows the roar. But it's a combination of things here that she's kind of concerned about. Move just, this is post 2, the next one's 3. Move to 3. Good, stop. She didn't spook, she didn't get up-headed. Okay, now she and I are going to walk to 3. Oops. Back, 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 back. Good. Now move back to 2 very slowly. I want her to see this thing moving. And she's looking at it. She's okay on it. Good. Okay, now stop. Give her a chance to see that it stops. Now move back to 3 very slowly. Good. Her ears are working. She's watching. Keep going to 4. Stop. Good. Move. Okay, now move back to 3. I'm giving her a visual block. I'm saying follow. Stop. Good. Good. It was just a visual block. She went over her haunches. Go back to 2. She'll get the pattern. She'll get the focus that when this thing is moving, she's supposed to follow it. Why? Because it's a simulated cow. And if you're doing cutting, herding, trying to turn a cow, the horse has to understand how it's going to follow or turn the cow. Let's go back to 4. All the way to 4. Move. Let her watch it. Think about it. Okay, back to 2. She's licking her lips. She doesn't quite understand what she's supposed to do, but she sure is getting the idea. John, could you go up on the camera and show how Semi and Sadie are watching all of this? These are my Morgans. They're wonderful horses. They've been through a lot of training, a lot of different kinds of training, and they're real curious. They have a very nice life here because I let them be natural in this urban setting, day and night. Good. And that's all I'm going to do today. I'm showing you what I want to do, one step at a time. I want to get the bareback pad on Eve with my Pirelli rope hackamore on Eve. I want to follow this moving cow on Eve on the bareback pad, and then probably next I'll bring Semi back in the arena, saddle her up in my Western saddle, and do the same thing with Semi. Now Eve is very good about me getting up too high. It doesn't seem to scare her, but I'm trying it anyway. 1, 2. She's okay. She's okay. All right, well, I think we're okay. I'm going to take the halter off. Now watch how I do it. I'm going to make sure her head stays down. I don't want her to throw her head up. I'm undoing the knot. I'm going to ask her to bring her head down. I'm going to let the halter fall off her nose. And there we go. That's all for today. Keep watching my shows, and you'll watch me working with my Morgan horses, and then my Morgan horses and mini cows with all my mechanical training aids as the spring moves on and even into the summer. That's all for today. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl.